Hello and welcome to today's Pilates class. So we're going to make sure that we've got everything set up. We're going to just take a moment to check how we feel in our body, noticing if there are any aches and pains or any tightness that we have to be aware of, just to be considerate of ourselves when we practice. So coming to stand on your mat or on the floor, take a lovely breath in and breathe out. We're going to breathe in and we're going to breathe out. We're going to do one more, taking that nice breath in to set our intentions to practice, and breathe out. So finding our standing center position, just think about rocking forwards and backwards. Rocking forwards and backwards, coming to a point where you feel that you're resting evenly on the mat or on the floor, maybe going side to side, and then coming back to center. Relaxing the toes, relaxing the heels, maybe imagining that those arches are lifted just the tiniest bit. Focusing on your knees, so let's bend and straighten our knees. And again, thinking about that point where they're straight, but we're not snapping our knees back. So there's a little bit of softness through the knees. We're lengthening through the thighs. We're coming onto our pelvis as if it's that bucket. We're going to rock the bucket forwards and backwards, forwards and back. Just having that little rock, coming to rest halfway in that neutral position, and then thinking about our upper spine as that other half of that circular dome, trying to stack our rib cage and our thoracic spine on top of our pelvis. So if I look down, my breastbone and my belly button are aligned, got that gentle neutral spine, knees are soft and not locked, and my feet are hip width apart. Coming onto my collarbones now, I'd like to focus that they're open, feeling as if I've got weights on the base of my shoulder blades and my head floats up tall. And then I really want to invite you just to soften. So some of you will notice that even as you're trying to stand tall, there's tension. We're tensing, we're gripping our stomachs, we're gripping our bottoms. Maybe there's tension up through the neck. So just focus on softening into that position, coming into your breath as you do that. Can you notice where you're holding your breath in your body? Do you notice that it's in your upper part of your chest? Can you feel that breath going down towards your stomach? Can you notice if it's allowing those ribs to expand? And allowing it to expand, we call it 360. So our lungs go all the way around our body. Just see if everything can expand. Breathing in and breathing out. And why is this important? Well, breathing from the right part of our body really actually helps engage our core muscles. It helps the function of our pelvic floor. It helps the function of our core. So we're just going to do a little bit of practice about breathing and standing before we come into stretching. Maybe even resting your hands gently on your stomach, closing your eyes if it helps. Seeing if you can take that breath down into the ribs, down into the stomach. Noticing if you can maybe put a hand on your back, kind of around this area. Seeing if you can encourage that front to back expansion. Imagine you're stretching from the inside, but very softly. Moving your hands around to all parts of the ribs. Noticing if you can feel that breath. Just doing one more. Perfect. So from here, still in neutral spine. If you can, please join in with engaging those deep core muscles. If it's just too much, as you practice, just bring this in a little bit more. So taking that breath in, as you breathe out, that gentle 10 to 20% contraction of those deeper core muscles. Seeing if you can keep that engaged. As you turn the head to the side, you're going to look down and round. I'm going to come back up. We're going to look down and round again. Really thinking about how it feels today. How does that feel in your neck? Are you noticing a difference side to side? You noticing if you feel that you carry tension on one side of your body more than another? And last one, just gently coming back to that core muscle to be engaged. And back to the other side. Coming back to center, just follow my arms, taking that gentle breath in. As we breathe out, engage the core, allow the arms to come up. Breathing in, just circle back down and round. Really nice shoulder openings. Breathing out and in, out and in. Opening up that chest, really loosening through those shoulder joints. Imagine you're taking a beach ball up over your head. And then one more. Just some overhead reach exercises. And from there, just side bending, breathe in and breathe out. And if you feel comfortable, increase that stretch with your upper arm, reaching over the top of your head. Knowing that your flexibility may be different to mine, and that's okay. Just tune into that first point of stretch. Sending that breath to the ribs and where you feel is tight. Coming back to center, breathing in, and as we breathe out, just again side bending, reaching across. Just knowing, depending on what time of day you practice, you may feel a little bit different. And then from here, we're going to clasp our hands in front. We're going to push away, gently pushing away. Drop that head onto your chest. Just feel the weight of your head relax. That stretch around the back of your shoulder blades. Again, breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. And the next breath in, we're going to just stretch up to the ceiling. Really stretching that extra little bit, maybe wiggling those ribs if you feel that you can. And then come back down. We're going to cycle that once more. We're going to breathe in, we're going to breathe out, we're going to push away. All of this is about getting that upper body stretching out. Breathing in, and then breathing out, and just flowing down, allowing yourself to rest. Coming into our roll down. So focusing on equal weight, trying to make sure we're not going to change our weight forwards and back. We're going to breathe in to engage. As we breathe out, our chin is going to gently go onto our chest. Imagine my fingertips walking down your spine. Keeping those shoulders nice and relaxed, the head heavy. Just rolling down as far as your body naturally goes and feels comfortable. Breathing in, tuck that tailbone under. Really imagine you're stacking up bone by bone. Feeling the point where the shoulder blades drop down, those shoulders drop down, that head floats up tall. Think about length through your system, and then we're going to breathe in, engage that core muscle as you breathe out, and off we go again, trying to keep that core gently engaged if you can. Just really relaxing through that body, maybe a slight softness in the knee. Not worrying about how far you go, but just know that you're listening to your body, breathing in, tucking that tailbone under. Feel those shoulders drop back and down and head comes up tall. And last one, breathing in. As you breathe out, engage that center muscle, breathing out, rolling down. I tend to do a little kind of circular, really relaxed motion with my arms, just to help them really relax. Rolling down, bone by bone. Maybe hanging here for a couple of seconds. As long as you don't feel dizzy, breathing in, engaging that center as you breathe out. And just stacking back up, feeling that length through your spine, coming up tall. From here, we're going to just place our hands in the small of our back. We're going to focus on lifting those ribs to expand the chest. So breathing in, and as you breathe out, lift those ribs up as if you're shining your chest towards the ceiling. Breathing in, feel those ribs restack one on top of the other. We're going to do that again, breathing in. Engaging that center as we breathing out, let's lift through that spine and those ribs, and then breathing in and just restack. I love that stretch, really helps to expand the chest. So drop the shoulders down, we're going to focus on warming up our legs a little bit. So first position is one foot in front of the other. And this is just level 1. Level 2, if you feel comfortable, take the back leg back a bit more. Just drop down, so this tiny little bend in the knee as if you're sinking down to the floor, if you're dropping down through a tube. So this is coming into a lunge position. Just warming up the legs as we come into the next arm movement. So as I said, foot flat, or coming back into this little bit of a lunge if it feels okay in your knees. Going to go into toy soldier arms. So just counting down from 10, 9, 8. See how still you can be. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Making sure we're stacked on top of each other as we do that. Straighten up, give that leg a bit of a shake. So if that felt achievable, you can come into a little bit more of a challenge. If it felt too much, just come back into this standing position. If it felt okay, take that lunge a little bit lower as if you're dropping down into a tube. And again, we're going to do 10 more. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and come back up. I'm going to change sides, so please listen to your body again. Level 1, one foot kind of in line with the other. Level 2, we're only going to go the tiniest dip for those of us who are coming into a lunge on the first repeat. We're going to do a little softening. Different movement, we're going to do arm openings. So from the front, it looks like this. So side on, breathing in and out, lengthen through the head and the neck, make sure that we're aligned. So we're going to go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, gentle through the head and neck, 3, 2, and 1. Give yourself a shake, check in. Do you need to come to that slightly more achievable level? Does it feel okay? Do you think you can drop down that little bit further for the last repeat? Make sure you're aligned, core engaged, and off we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Well done. Come up into standing. Give those legs a little bit of a shake. shaking them off from there. Warming up the ankles just for a second, coming up into your tiptoes, bending the knees, lowering your heels and lengthening up into your tiptoes, bend the knees, lower your heels and lengthen. Engaging that inner core muscle as you feel you can. And then one more. Perfect. Give that ankle a shake. Give the other ankle a shake. Let's put in a couple of stretches in standing. So coming slightly wider than hip width apart, we're going to stretch our groin today. Taking a breath in as we breathe out. Gently side lunge. Make sure that everything's stacked on top of each other. We should feel a gentle pull in our groin. The stretch should be maybe 3 out of 10 in intensity, 4 out of 10. If it feels too much, bring your legs a little bit closer. If it feels quite easy for you, there's a gentle stretch, then you can always increase it. Keep breathing in and out. Hips are really important to open, especially if we're sitting a lot or doing any form of sport. Change sides. Before you come into the other side, just remember to check. Our body can be different. So you want to approach every stretch gently. Don't just kind of think that one side is going to be exactly the same. Breathing in and out. So this is just our groin stretch, opening up those hips. Good. Giving that a little bit of a wiggle today. Stretching out our quads. You may need to come off the mat to do this. So hold on if you need. So we're going to just gently grab our foot. Please hold on if you need. And we're going to stretch the front of our thigh, tucking the tailbone under. Depending on how many classes you've seen with me already, my right side can be a bit more difficult for me to pick up. My left side's a bit easier. And maybe you notice that on yourself, that there's this little difference right to left. And then relax that leg down. Hold on if you need. Just see this side. And then just get the balance. Ground yourself through the foot. Breathing in and out. Stretching our thighs again, helping our knees and helping our hips. Making sure the stretch is gentle. And relax. So from here, we've finished some standing Pilates, our bit of our warm-up, getting the energy moving into our legs. We're now going to come onto the balance section. For your intermediate level balance today, you can still be on the floor if you need, and you can then come onto the mat if it feels quite easy. So just come into standing. And we're going to just imagine we're reaching forwards with our hands and we're coming back. We're reaching forwards and back. Good, keep going. Feel that wobbling through the ankle, through the knee, but see if you can still stay strong as you do that. We're going to change sides. Being aware if this side is a bit more challenging, depending on what injuries you've had or the strength of your muscles. Grow tall if you can. Good. Got one more. Lovely. We're going to add another variation, only if you can. So this time we're going to open, come wider. Keep breathing, just gently engaging that core. Grow tall. A little bit more dynamic with these arms that can challenge your balance a bit more. Okay, we're going to change sides again. So coming onto one leg. See if you can keep that control. Doing different things with different parts of our body really does challenge our balance a bit more. Good. Fab. So you can stick at either of those two levels, or you can add on just something else as we do this. So we're going to go forwards, out, up, and back. Forwards, out, up, and back. Two more. And one more. Grow tall. Brilliant. Last one on this side. And as we're concentrating our arms, we're having to kind of allow our leg to do its own thing, and that's what makes this a bit more challenging. Last one. And well done. Give those legs a bit of a shake. Great balance practice. So now that we've finished that in standing, we're going to come down and work onto the mat. So now that we've come down onto the mat, we're going to get started, and we're actually going to start on our hands and knees today. So just make sure that you've kind of moved your head blocks out the way, that you're nice and comfortable in your body, and off we go. So thinking about our positioning, we're going to have our feet and knees hip width apart, grounding our feet into the mat. Just think about that hand position, and you can always kind of have a watch of the technique video, again, if you want to spend a bit more time on this. Making sure we're using our whole hands, we're trying not to lock our elbows. Focusing on that pelvis, so just rocking forwards and back as if you're doing a few pelvic tilts. Coming to find that neutral position. Now my head may look up because I'm looking at you, but your head and neck should be nice and long. We're going to start warming up those shoulders. So I'd like you to imagine you're just pushing down into the mat. And as you push down into the mat, feel that connection with your shoulder blades. Okay, so just relax. We're going to do that again. So we're going to breathe in. As we breathe out, we're going to engage our core. We're going to just push down into the mat. As you're pushing down, feel around your shoulder blades that lovely little connection. Breathe in, just relax. See if you can keep your core gently engaged. Breathing out, just push into the mat, so you're pushing up and out. Breathing in, just soften. It doesn't feel like you're doing very much, but it's great for our postural muscles. Breathing out, pushing up into the shoulder blades, and you do this by pushing down into the mat. And then again, we're going to push up. Good. Now from here, we're going to do a few little push-ups. So we're not going to make this too challenging, just warming up those shoulder muscles. So gently with that core engaged, as we breathe out, elbows out to the side, breathing in, coming up. Now, what I would say to you is some of you will actually need to take your arms wider, so either to the edges of your mat, and you'll naturally feel that your movements of your arms feel a little bit easier. Some of you may even actually find that you have to bring your arms off the mat. So we're just breathing out as we lower, breathing in. As we breathe in, imagine we're really pushing up with our arms. So just breathing out, allowing that chin to just stay in line with our body. Breathing as we come back. So just check those hands positions are comfortable. So breathing out as we lower down. Breathing in as we come up. Just one more at this level. Breathing out. Breathing in as we come up. Now, if that feels okay, take your hands further forwards. Again, you may need to just play with where your hands are. They may need to be a bit wider, so I'll demonstrate if they're wider. Bring your knees back a bit. Just going to cross our ankles over. So the whole point of doing push-ups, even if it's in Pilates, is about our shoulder stability and our head and neck control. So if that felt okay, make the push-up a bit longer. If it feels that it was challenging, stay in this closer box position. So we're going to engage our core again. We're going to breathe out. Allow that chin to stay in line with the body. Breathing in as we push up. Engaging that core. Imagine those elbows are just going out to the side, only as far as you feel comfortable. Breathing in, come back. Play with your arm positions as you need. Breathing out. Keep that peach underneath the chin. It's not about how low we go, it's all about that control. So controlling through your head and neck. Allow the movements to come through the upper body. Got 5 more to go. Breathing out, core engaged. Breathing in, coming back. And again. Coming back up, we've got 3 more. Only moving as far as you feel comfortable. Working on our arms. Last one. Good. Giving your arms a bit of a stretch as you feel okay. Just stretching back, stretching down, wiggling those hands forwards and back. Okay. From here, we're going to lie on our stomach. So different positions today. We're going to take one of our head blocks and we're going to imagine that our forehead is supported. We're going to be using our arms to again work some of these nice postural muscles. So once again, I'll show you the position, but then my head is going to be up so that you can hear me. So this is the position. My neck is long, my pelvis is tucked under, my arms are by my side. So I'm going to just rock. I'm going to do the pelvic tilts again. I'm going to kind of tuck under as if my pubic bone is pressing into the mat. That's my start. I'm going to breathe in, core is engaged as I breathe out. I'm going to lengthen my shoulders away. I'm just going to lift up a very small distance. I'm going to breathe in. I'm going to allow my arms to come back down. I'm going to breathe out. I'm going to lengthen my fingertips towards my toes. I'm going to hover, but check with your thumbs that you're not lifting higher than your thighs. I'm going to breathe in. I'm going to come back down. Breathing out. Hover, breathing in. Just to stretch out our arms and our chest after our little push-up. Working these postural muscles. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. And in. Trying to engage that core as you hover the arms long through the head and neck. Keeping that tailbone tucked under. I'm going to do 2 more. And do 1 more. So from here, at any point that you need, have a little wiggle and move out of this position. We're going to come onto our legs. So your arms are not going to be used right now. So if you feel more comfortable and want to rest your back of your head on the back of your hand, you can. If not, you can still keep your forehead on the pad. And have your arms by your side or arms just comfortably up, okay? So from here, we're going to think about lifting and lengthening one of our legs. We're going to start working into our glute muscles. We're going to breathe in to engage our core, tucking that tailbone under. As we breathe out, we're going to lengthen the leg and just hover and lift from the knee and from the thigh. And we're going to breathe in, we're going to allow that leg to go down. As we breathe out, just lengthen the other leg away, lifting from the bottom to the bottom lifts up. So the small of my back is staying still. So really, the watch point here as I carry on with my legs, just to go through that, is that some people really use their back to lift. So if you're noticing that your back is dipping, just think about tucking that tailbone under. And if it's still not comfortable, can you get a pillow and put it underneath your tummy? So you would get a pillow, little block, and pop it underneath your stomach, just to stop your back dipping. So we're lengthening and lifting as we're breathing out. As we breathe in, we're lowering down. We're trying to be really aware, not only of our back staying still, that our energy is through our glutes, through our bottom as we lift, that the rest of our leg lengthens, but it's actually quite relaxed. Our toes are relaxed. And as we change legs, we're seeing how still we can be. Trying to be aware of not rocking, as always inviting that stillness that we have through Pilates. Now going into the next level, you're going to breathe in, engaging the core, we're going to breathe out, we're just going to hover one of our legs up. And as that leg lowers, start to lift your other leg up. Can you see that? Good. So just up and down. Now as we do this, we may be aware again of the back starting to want to dip, or we're going to start to want to rock. Try and be as still as you can. So we're not continuously having both feet off the mat. We're gently lifting one of our legs up and down. Challenging our stability here a bit more. And if you feel comfortable, can you just check your upper body, that your neck and shoulders are long? We're going to breathe in and out. We're going to keep going. Energy through the bottom. Keep breathing. Last one, and relax. Give those legs a little bit of a shake, making sure they feel comfortable. And from here, come up onto your hands and knees, having a stretch back if you want, wiggling that bottom back only as far as you feel comfortable. Breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out. You're going to lie on your back now. Feet, knees, hip width apart, shoulders down. Taking that time to check your neck, head are nice and long, your collarbones are open, your shoulder blades are heavy, your ribs are soft. Thinking about some of those little pelvic tilts to come and find that center position, checking to see how you feel. And from there, we're going to start with a couple of overhead reaches just to open up our chest. Just taking that breath in, core engages as we float up. Breathing in to hold, breathing out. Arms are going back, breathing in, circling. As always, I will mention breath work on and off throughout. If it feels too overwhelming, the whole point is just to not hold your breath, to allow your chest to be nice and relaxed and breathe in your own time. So breathe out, breathing in, breathing out, breathing in. Engage in that core, that very gentle 10 to 20% contraction, nothing more than that. There should be no gripping of your core. Just 2 more, feeling those arms open after your push-ups, after those stretches. Last one. And then down. So from here, coming into scissors 1 to warm up our awareness of our control. Taking that breath in, centers engage, breathing out, pick up that heel, slide that foot up, check your alignment, lower down with control. Breathing out, changing legs at this intermediate level. We're really aware of our changeover, having a lot of awareness about trying not to rock as we change legs. Being aware of that nice single tabletop and our neutral spine. Having quite a lot of stillness at these lower levels, but that allows us to perfect the movement. How relaxed can you be in the rest of your body? Can you keep the core engaged throughout? Maybe can you breathe out as you float up? Can you breathe in as you come back down? And again, one more round. And again. So from here, double tabletop prep. Breathe in, engage that center, breathe out, lift the heel, float one leg up. Breathe in, deepen that center, ribs come down. Breathing out, float up into our double tabletop. Lower down one leg. Now the first leg, I want you to lower slowly with control. About this point here, it feels heavy. See if you can keep stillness in your back. Lower that leg, lower the other leg down. Will feel lighter, but I want you to still have awareness. Breathe in, engage that core. Other leg comes up first. Breathe in deep in the center. Breathe out, fold that leg up. This leg comes down first, so just lower with control. Feel that point. Abdominal muscles are going to want to help support the inner core. And then lower down. Changing legs. Lowering down. Keep that control. Lowering the other leg down. And again, change legs. Cores engaged. One more round. Being mindful how it feels as that foot goes down. Try not to take tension into the head and neck. And again, lowering one leg down. And then lowering the other leg down. Good. Always stretching as you need. Always stretching as you need. Coming back up into our double tabletop. So with awareness, find your center. Breathing and engaging. folding up, breathing in, deepening your center, breathing out, folding your other leg up. So we're going to do some single leg stretches in double tabletop. So we're going to breathe out. We're going to imagine we're touching that light switch on the other side of the room. We're going to breathe in as we come back. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. That's good. One leg at a time for me. Just breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. Making sure that as you lengthen, you're only lengthening as far as you can control. We're not lowering the leg, we're just lengthening it. And if you want, you can add in opposite arm, opposite leg. Now, if you watch, my arm is only going as far back as I can control. Good. Breathing out, breathing in. Breathing out. If that feels too much with the arm, just come back to the leg, resting at any point that you need. So if your legs start to drop, if you start to feel any strain, if you lose your center, please have a rest. Breathing out, breathing in, breathing out, breathing in. We'll do 2 more rounds. One more round. Good. Lower one leg with control and then the other. Stretching out however you need. Maybe you want to do some little spine twists side to side. Just to open up that back. Maybe you want to have a stretch long. Coming back to center, we're going to go into another abdominal sequence. We're going to find that center again. We're going to breathe in to engage. And as we breathe out, we're going to float one leg up into single tabletop. We'll just start with this level, then come up. Hip twist, level 3. We're going to breathe out. Allow that leg to float out to the side. Breathing in, come back. Lower with control. Breathing out, floating up. My knee and my hip float out to the side. Then they float back. Then I'm changing. Being aware of how still I can keep my other leg. And what's important is that I'm not twisting at my knee. So I'm just floating out. So floating out, floating back. If you feel that you're rocking quite a lot, slow the movement down and please can you stay at this level. So engage in your core, breathing out as we float up, breathing in to hold. Breathe out, breathe in and lower. Breathing out to float up, breathing in to hold, breathe out, breathing in, coming back down. So if you feel that you've got good control, come up into double tabletop, one leg at a time, and then we're going to breathe out, float one leg away, breathe in. Remember the other leg is resting on a table. It doesn't drift out as we move. If you feel a little bit less control, you can have your arms a little bit wider to the side to give you stability, but it is better technique to have them closer to your body for this level. Breathing out, breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out, breathing in. So what's your favorite drink today? Can you imagine it's resting on that opposite knee? So the opposite knee is really still. Trying to be as still as you can through the upper body and the neck. Breathing out as we move away. Last round. Good. One more. Lowering down and lowering down. Having a stretch if you want. Coming back into that center. From here, we're going to come onto our side. We're going to come back to our glutes. So, having a lie down, remember when you're lying on your side, I want your head and neck to be comfortable. So you could just kind of have your pillows here and your arms could be there. I like to lie like this, but don't feel that you have to do that. We're going to come into side leg lift and clams, okay? So there's just going to be a little variation. So if you just have a watch, we're going to breathe in to engage. And as we breathe out, we're going to be in our nice side leg lift position. We're going to breathe out. We're going to hover into side leg lift. We're going to breathe in. We're going to fold our legs back, hover our legs. And then as we breathe out, we're going to open up into clam. As we breathe out, we're going to lengthen the legs, keep both down. We're going to breathe out, breathe in, breathing out. Good, keep going. So engaging that core, bottom leg down, breathing out, breathing in. Hover the bottom leg, opening into clam. Now if you find that you're rocking, please bring your arm down. We're trying to have a lot of stillness through that waist. So this is good to practice control at the same time. As always, we're looking to find that fatigue through that glute muscle as we tire. We're imagining we've got a little marble underneath our waist. Okay, so we're going to do a whole nother round of that. So we're doing 10 repeats. At any point that you need to rest, please have a little pause. If you feel that your stability is okay, you can always lift that top hand. So probably feeling a little bit of fatigue through the bottom. Noticing your control at the same time if you can. We've got 2 more rounds. Engage that core, breathing out, lifting from the bottom, not from the back. Last round. Good. So coming into some arm openings just before we change sides. So just make sure your head and neck is supported. We're long through our body, one arm on top of the other. Taking that gentle breath in, engaging the core, breathing out, allowing that arm to go back, following with your head and neck. Breathing in, coming back down. Breathing out. Breathing in. Imagine that we've got a wall behind our back. We're trying not to fall backwards. Breathing out. Breathing in. Maybe circling that arm down and around if you feel comfortable to do so, but notice stillness in your body. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. And in, engaging that core muscle gently. And just one more. Coming back to center. You're going to change sides. So bringing both head blocks with you as you need. Always being aware if one side is weaker than the other. And so you need to rest. You need to really listen to your body. So starting off here if you prefer, if that gives you a bit more stability, or hand here or here. Long through the hips and waist, find your center position. Breathing in, engage your core, legs long. I can actually wiggle back up this mat a little bit, can't I? There we go. And then from here, let's do that again. So breathe in to engage and breathing out, lengthen. Breathing in, float those legs up, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. So the challenge is, as an intermediate, really being aware of your control between the movements, so everything is part of the exercise. So trying to have that stillness as you move is really important. Breathing out, core is engaging, breathing in, breathing out. As we go into our side leg lift, that bottom leg is down, long through the waist. But when we come into our climb, that bottom ankle is up. 5 more repeats. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. Maybe challenge yourself with your arm if you feel okay. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. 3 more. Being aware that the movement again is coming from the hip muscle, that it's not through the leg, not through your back, that you're nice and long in line with your body, especially as you may be fatiguing a bit. Breathing out and in. And last one. Good. Great. Give that bottom a bit of a pat. Getting your head blocks ready for your arm opening, always making sure your head and neck are comfortable. One arm on top of the other. Breathing in to engage, breathing out. Breathing in. Engaging that core, breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. And in. Maybe circling the arms down and round if you want. Just giving that shoulder a nice stretch. Then a couple more, just feel that shoulder open, the heaviness in the arm. Just one more. Okay. Coming to have a lie down on your back again. And then from here, coming back to our abdominal muscles. So feet, knees, hip width apart. We're going to take a breath in to engage. And as we breathe out, we're going to float one leg into single tabletop.
We're going to breathe in deep and breathe out. Allow our arms to come up. We're going to go into overhead reach. Breathing out, breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in a little bit of endurance work now. Seeing how still we can be, nice and centered. Keeping those legs, if they're floating up onto that table. Doing some nice arm circles. Good, keep going. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. We're doing this today kind of like a different version of hundreds. So at any point that you get tired, I want you to rest. Just keep coming back, engaging that core. We're going to go for another 20 seconds, but please rest if you need. Think about a long head and neck. Deepening that core, gently engaging the center, but the breath is full. Stomach is relaxed. Even though the abdominals may be working, you're not actively gripping your stomach. So just 5 more seconds. 4. Good, well done. 3, 2, and last one. Float one leg down, then the other. Have a stretch. Come back to center, and we're going to just come into our shoulder bridge. So shoulder bridge, breathing in to engage, breathing out. Tuck that tailbone under. Let's loosen off our spine. Let's roll up bone by bone. If you feel like you want an upper body stretch, allow those arms to go back. Breathing in, allow the arms to come down. The arms are optional. So breathing out, rolling up. Breathing in, rolling down bone by bone. Maybe do one more to help open up that spine. Breathing out, really enjoying that sensation of rolling up bone by bone. Rolling down. So the next time, breathe in to engage the core, breathe out, come up into bridge. From here, we're going to think about pulses. So we're going to see the space underneath. We're going to lower down, uncurling, but we're going to stop just before. Imagine there's an egg, and we're not going to squash the egg. We're going to squeeze back up with our bottom. Good, so we're going to just gently lower down. Feeling that bottom relax, and we're going to squeeze back up. As we do this, we want to keep the small of the back soft, but the effort's coming from your bottom. So rolling down and rolling up, we're calling these some pulses. So just lower, not all the way down, that's good. Squeezing back up. Can you check that your knees are still in line with your hips? Squeeze back up. If your feet feel too far away, always just stop. Bring them closer, and again, if it feels too tight, just release them a bit. So it's just carrying on with those pulses. Just breathing out as you lower, breathing in as you come back up. Just gently squeezing. If you want to challenge your balance a bit more, have your arms across your chest. Resting at any point that you need, just going back to what we did before, just rolling up and rolling down. And we're going to go for 20 more. So 19, 18. Keep breathing. 17, 16. Not all the way down. 15. Nice and controlled. 14. 13. Good. 12, 11, 10. You should feel it gently through your glutes. 9, 8. Well done. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And lower down bone by bone. Have a stretch. And from here, we're going to come up onto our hands and knees. We're going to do some nice cat-cow stretches. So again, just opening up that spine. Just gently opening up through the spine. Just feel that movement from your tailbone to the top of your head. And then last one. And we're going to pause. You're going to have a nice lie down. And you're back again. So now coming into our cool down, coming into some of our stretches, we're going to gently hug our knees to our chest or just one knee to your chest if you feel comfortable. Focusing on relaxing the upper body, breathing in and out, and if you want you can just gently rock side to side. Just breathing in and out, and if you're doing one leg at a time, can you just change legs for me? Softening that neck and the shoulders. Good. Lowering one leg down, take the other leg, hold behind the back of the thigh. Very gently just stretch up towards the ceiling so you feel a gentle stretch down the back of the leg. Relax the upper body. And if you were struggling to hold the leg, you could use a little towel or something just to help hold. The stretch should be gentle. It's not about having a perfectly straight leg. If you have a look at me, I have real average flexibility and that's perfect. So breathing in and out. Stretching gently. If there's any unpleasant sensation in the leg, just soften the stretch a fraction. And then relax. Changing legs. Just gently floating up, lengthening. Once again, just noticing if one side is different to the other. And then relax down. Stretching out our glutes, so crossing an ankle over the knee to just stretch out through here. If it's feeling quite tight, just bring that foot further forwards. If it's feeling quite comfortable in a stretch, you can just lift that knee up. Just support the leg wherever you feel comfortable. Again, just breathing in and out. Stretching really gently so it's a comfortable sensation. And then changing legs. Good, just feeling if there's a difference, just encouraging that stretch if you need to be lifting the leg. If that feels too strong, keep the leg down, bring that foot forwards. And then relax. Allow the arms to come out to the side, feet and knees together, head up centered. Take a breath in and as we breathe out, just gently twist to the side. Again, take a nice breath in, and as you breathe out, just twist to the other side. Perfect. From here, we're going to come up onto our hands and knees, making sure we do this slowly if we think we're going to feel dizzy. So from here, kind of coming up into standing, any way that you need if it's comfortable, but if you're okay, come back onto your heels. Think about gently rolling up, bone by bone, re-stacking, making sure that you feel comfortable, dropping your shoulders down, floating your head up tall. Gonna think about that breath in and breath out. Favourite part of the class as well, breathing in and out. One more, breathing in and out, and then giving any last parts a little stretch. I really hope you enjoyed your practice today. Just know that you can repeat this anytime, you can try a different level, and you can build up your strength. If you've got any questions or need any more support, please get in touch.